In this video, we're going to examine models of cost, revenue, and profit. In this particular instance, we'll construct a break-even analysis and use goal-seek to solve for the break-even quantity. If you do not have a worksheet set up like this with these column labels in place, you should pause the video at this point and set your worksheet up like this. We're provided with some inputs for our model. The uncontrollable inputs for the manager are fixed cost, which is $3,000. Variable costs per unit, which is $2. So for each unit produced, there is a cost of $2. And then a selling price for each unit. Each unit can be sold for $5. The controllable input, the input the manager can control, can determine the volume of production. And our initial example is 500. We're going to make 500 units. All right, we're going to calculate total cost. In the text, we're given the formula for total cost. It's fairly straightforward from a business perspective. Total cost is going to equal our fixed cost plus the costs incurred from production. Each time we produce an item, it costs us $2, and we've decided to produce 500 items. So that will be our variable cost. Press enter, puts the variable costs in there. Then our total revenue, again, a straightforward business calculation. If we sell all of the items that we produce, and that is our plan, to only produce items that we can sell, our total revenue will be the total number of items that we produced times the selling price per unit. Then, of course, our total profit is simply the revenue, the amount of income we generate from sales, minus the cost, the amount of money we spend to produce the items to sell. And in this case, we lose $1,500. I'll put these formulas up here again so that you can look at them briefly. It's very important that you set the model up this way. Each of these values must be calculated. You can't manually put in a 2 or a 5 or a 500. Otherwise, goal-seek won't work. Goal-seek needs to be able to set total profit by changing a specific value. And in this case, we're going to have it change production volume. We can have it change any value. See what, if we could reduce our variable costs, if we could reduce our fixed costs, how that would affect total profit. But in this case, we're going to look at production volume. I'll put my cursor on total profit since that's the value we want to set to 0. And when I start goal-seek, it's going to ask me what value I want to set. I'll go up to the Data tab, select Data. Move over to What If Analysis and just click on the down arrow. And then go down and select goal-seek. Goal-seek will come up with this dialog box, and it will ask me the value to set. I want to set total profit. And then to what value do I want total profit to be? I want total profit to be 0. And how do I want to get to 0? What sales value do I want to change in order to reach 0? I want to change production volume in this case. I'll say OK. And it will run through that and tell me that I need to produce 1,000 units to break even. I can select OK if I want to keep the value or cancel if I don't. I'll select OK. Part of setting up these models and part of the questions that you might receive in the textbook has to do with not just finding the answer or setting the model up in Excel, but it has to do with the notation of the model or writing out the model using some type of mathematical notation. Let's first show what's in these cells. Let me show you how to do that. I'm going to use the formula text function that's available in Excel 2013 and Excel 2016, which is Excel 365 as well. Formula text, I'll type equals formula text. Then I'll select the cell whose formulas I want to display and press enter. Expand that a little bit. Then I'll just autofill that down since I used a relative cell reference, and that will show me the formulas that are in these cells. So I can just see them. It's useful sometimes if that's something that's of interest to you. So that is the Excel model that we create, but the mathematical model that we create is perhaps better expressed like this. This is certainly the example provided in the textbook. I've copied these and put them there so you can see them. But we can see that total cost equals our fixed cost value, which is 3,000 times 2x, which is the variable cost of 2 times the production volume. Total revenue equals the selling price per unit of $5 times the number of units we decide to sell, which is X. The total profit equals then the total revenue minus the total cost. Total revenue and total cost models are the two that we've already provided. And you can see how you combine those together to reach total profit.